In this presentation, I will talk about the etiology of the periodontal disease and specifically the systemic factors that will lead to a periodontal disease. First of all, Happy New Year for all the populations around the world. And secondly, let's start our presentation. I have said in the previous video that the pathogenesis of the periodontal disease depends on three things, which are the presence of a periodontium or a host tissue and an irritating factor, and the third thing, which is an immune response to that irritating factor. And I have said also that the irritating factors are either external factors or environmental factors or internal factors. And I have subdivided the internal factors into local factors in the mouth only, which are the dental plaque, and the factors that will enhance its accumulation and retention, and the systemic factors that I will talk about in this video. Guys, in your opinion, what are the systemic factors or the systems of our bodies that are related or that may reach the periodontium? Of course, there are three: the endocrine system and hormones will reach the periodontium, the circulatory system and blood will reach the periodontium, and finally the genes. The genes are present in everywhere, not only the periodontium, but in every single cell of your body will carry your DNA and genes. So that the systemic factors that will affect or initiate the periodontal disease etiology are the endocrine systemic factors, the circulatory systemic factors, and the genetic systemic factors. The first thing, which is the endocrine systemic factors, this is very common and important, and it is subdivided into the endocrine systemic factors or the hormonal systemic factors or changes that occur during puberty, and the hormones that are associated with that period of our lives, the menstrual cycle and the associated change in the hormones at that period of time for women, and during pregnancy, after the menopause, and of course with the patients that have diabetes mellitus. Guys, I want you to know that the endocrine systemic factors or the hormonal imbalances will change the structure of the periodontium. For example, during pregnancy, the pregnancy hormone, the progesterone, will increase the microvasculature dilation, leading to the famous pregnancy gingivitis. And the second famous thing, which is the pyogenic granuloma, as you can see here in this lower picture. As you can see here in this lower picture, the clinical image of a pyogenic granuloma in a 27-year-old pregnant woman. This thing is common for the pregnant women, and the hormonal changes during pregnancy will not only change the structure of the periodontium and increase its vasculature, for example, but it will also change the type of bacteria, because it has been noticed that there is a specific type of bacteria that will increase during the increase of a specific type of hormones. Okay, the last and third effect of the hormonal changes, that they will increase the immune responses. And when I say they will increase the immune responses, that is not always good, as I have said in the previous video, because as I have said, the lysozymes that will be excreted by the neutrophils will not only destroy the bacterial cells, but they will destroy the periodontium too, leading to more easy periodontal disease. Okay, so that the endocrine system will change the structure of the periodontium, will increase the immune responses, and it will change the bacterial types that are present. During puberty, leading to puberty-associated gingivitis, during menstrual cycles, leading to menstrual cycle-associated gingivitis, and during pregnancy, leading to pregnancy gingivitis and pregnancy pyogenic granuloma, and after the menopause, leading to menopause-associated gingivitis, and of course, during the diabetes mellitus, because in the DM patients, the increased amounts of sugars acts like a food for the bacteria. This is the first thing. The second thing, the immune chemotaxis and the immune function will be decreased because of the increased amounts of sugars and the difference in the hormones in this disease. And finally, the structure of the periodontium and the collagen fibers production will be impaired, leading to the famous delayed healing in the diabetes patients and susceptibility to infection in those patients, and of course a periodontal disease as a type of an infection for those patients. Finally, to the right is a picture of a 13-year-old girl with hormone exaggerated marginal and papillary inflammation with 1 to 4 millimeter probing depths, yet minimal clinical attachment loss. يعني there is only gingivitis, there is no periodontitis, and that happens for this young girl because she is reaching puberty and there is a hormonal change, and that hormonal change led to this puberty associated gingivitis, as you can see here in this frontal picture and lingual picture. The second factor, which is the circulatory systemic factors, for example the leukemic patients and the cancer of the blood. As you can see here in the right picture, this is the cancer of the blood picture, which is the presence of immature or abnormal blood cells and subsequently immature or abnormal functions of these cells, and subsequently an impaired function of the leukocytes, which are part of the circulatory system, and subsequently there is an impaired immunity, and that impaired immunity will lead to so many diseases in the body, including the presence of a periodontal disease. As you can see here in this left picture, a 12-year-old girl with a primary medical diagnosis of leukemia who exhibits swollen and spongy gingiva. Guys, people with leukemia show spongy like consistency of their gingiva. Okay, this is the circulatory systemic factors like the leukemia that will lead to gingivitis. The last factor, which are the genetic factors, and as I have said before, the genes affect everything. They will affect the structure of the periodontium, they will affect the type of bacteria present, and they will affect the immune responses, of course. For example, as you can see here in the left picture, the DNA under the microscope. This is the real DNA polymer, and the famous hereditary gingival fibromatosis on the right picture, which is a periodontal disease or deformity that is completely caused by a genetic factor. And also the genes will lead to syndromes sometimes. For example, the Down syndrome, the Papillon-Lefèvre syndrome, and the so many other syndromes, familial neutropenia, and the other syndromes that I will talk about in another video. But all of these syndromes will lead to an abnormality either in the immune response or in the type of bacteria or in the structure of the periodontium, leading to a periodontal disease. For example, this Papillon-Lefèvre syndrome As you can see here, the massive bone resorption and destruction and periodontitis present in this patient. Finally, the aggressive periodontitis. Guys, the aggressive periodontitis is caused by a genetic factor, because the aggressive periodontitis that is caused by a specific type of bacteria, which is called as the aggressive periodontitis, is caused by Aggregatibacter actinomycetum comitans bacteria. Both of them starts with Aggre. This aggressive periodontitis and this Aggregatibacter actinomycetum comitans bacteria, or abbreviated as AA. The AAs are not present in all of the people, but with a specific people. Why? Why they are present in this specific human, leading to aggressive periodontitis in that human? So that the answer is because of the genetic susceptibility of the immune response in that patient and the periodontium structure in that patient, that will help the AAs and make them flourish in that environment, in that patient's mouth, so that the genes will affect the, as we have said before, the of course, structure of the periodontium and the immune response of that human, and that is very normal and a reasonable thing. But they will also affect the type of bacteria that are present there, as in this example, and as you can see here, the AAs in this right two pictures. Okay, that was a summary for the systemic factors that will lead to a periodontal disease. Thank you for improving yourself by listening to the presentation. Always try to know, try to spread knowledge and construct the world. Be kind to others, because life is not short, but it is limited, and that is for the greatest benefit to the humankind.